like we said, should superheroes be able to change their costume? Like we change our clothes from day to day. For example, let's see who's had new costumes over the year. Prime example, Spidey. Let's use good old Pete. He's had the black. He's had the spider armor, the all gray armor, which he used against the Rhino one time. Web of Spider-Man number 50. Okay. He has his rubber suit, which he uses when he fought, his insulated suit when he fought Electro. Of course, the Stark armor was used for a couple of issues. His black costume outside of the alien symbiote. And of course, and then, he's always, but most of those costumes has always been destroyed, or, he's given them up. And people always say, you can't knock the original, and he's always gone back to the original. Superman has had a new look, a new costume from time to time. One time in his illustrious career, with the energy powers, he had a whole new look. But unfortunately, people wanted the old one back. Wolverine has different costumes from time. His X-Force costume, he has that basic black with the gray. That's like his Black Op outfit. He's had the tan and brown, or of course, the traditional yellow, blue, and black costume. Can I say more of the X-Men? Pretty much. Storm has changed her costumes over the years. She's gone from wearing practically almost nothing to wearing all decked out latex silver, to her current look, to you name it. Rogue changed her costume over the years. But traditionally, those you can kind of stand out. But in terms of me, my favorite Rogue costume has been 90s Rogue. I love that outfit she used to wear. That tight yellow with the nice tannish brown flight jacket. That was my take on it. I love that. But in terms of this, should they? Because come Wonder Woman 600, and I got this as well. You can see this on Comic Vine, you name it, all over. Courtesy of the great Jim Lee, Diana is getting a new costume, new look. And here it is, people. A little different than what we expect from Diana. She's always been decked out in the red and white boots and the, basically the one piece or whatever you want to call it. The revealing look. And it's like my friend Metal Ninja 2 David said, I don't see how if I was a villain, how I could fight her without just my jaws just dropping out, because let me just put it like that. So it's interesting, very interesting, and I think I'm not the only one that has put this out. I have a strong hunch that Zipblock Victor has put this picture out as well. But it's very interesting, don't you think? Okay, and speaking of being that she is a female, she's a female heroine. The last thing we talked about, because somebody came into our conversation and brought this up. The guy asked us in terms of, he said, he basically came up to us because while we're in the comic book store talking, most people always jump into our conversations. and the conversation that came up, and here's another question that goes out. He picked up a comic and showed a Power Girl comic, and the question was, and I think this question goes out to everybody: are female heroine superhero costumes practical or explorational, basically exploitable? Are they just there for, for look and design and just for the sexiness of exploitable, basically? And this was a good question, guys. You look at all the superheroines and villainous that have come out over the years. Wonder Woman, look at her costume. She-Hulk, and She-Hulk, Supergirl, Huntress, Black Canary, Zatanna, Vixen. Can I put Spider-Woman in there? I'll throw her in there. Black Widow, I'll throw her in there. Storm, I'll throw in there as well. And yes, Power Girl. I mean, Power Girl is a main example. I mean, she's all, you know what. She's all jugs, okay? And I love how they play that up in her ongoing series, where she'll break the fourth wall and look right at you and like, eyes up here, please. But what do I think of that question? And I told the guy, I said, you know what, sir, I think it's a bit of both. But if you like the character, you look past their costume. That's my opinion. I look past Power Girl's outfit. Do I like it? Hell yeah, I like it. But I look past her because I like the character. Huntress, she has a revealing costume, but I look past that because she's a cool character. Diana, I look past that. Storm, I look past that. Rogue, you name it. I look past those costumes, but they are revealing, they are lovable and you like them. But that question, are they? Or are they not? Are they just practical? Or are they just there to sell? They use these sexy costumes to sell the books. And let's see. Let's use a prime example. And I threw this out to this guy as well. I said, if Ms. Marvel's costume is practical and revealing, but did that costume save her book? Threw that out there. And he shut his mouth after that. He's like, you know what, you're onto something. But the fact is, guys, that question is brought up. I'm gonna improvise that. Is it or is it not? Do you believe that? Or are you 50-50 with me? Are you in between like me? Or do you feel that yes, they are exploitable, just used for that? Or yes, they're just practical costumes. They're just costumes. But this is a very good argument that everybody can have different sides to. Okay? And that's pretty much what me and my friends were talking about in terms of comic wise. Then we got a little bit more movie wise. And we talked a little bit more about the Jonah Hex movie. We all enjoyed it, even though critics kind of, and I once again, fuck the critics, screw them, don't listen to them. Then we talked about who else out of DC could get a movie and sell it. And yeah, of course we talked about, of course Green Lantern's coming out. And Flash and Wonder Woman is going to be getting ready to be green lighted, or I think they are. But who else? Then my friend Desmond said, we see Shazam get a movie? Or is he just, or are people just gonna say, oh, look at the wannabe Superman? And that's something, then we brought up that question as well about the Green Hornet movie that comes out next year. Is like, for the non people that know about the character, people might just say, this is just a wannabe Batman and Robin. But what those people don't know is that Green Hornet came out before Batman. He was a radio show before Batman even came out.